the studio. We are going live. The Barnett Studio. What is this studio called? We don't really have a name for it. But welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You can see in my hand I've already got the wood burner and it is already going. I'm excited to do some wood burning with you today. We're going to start with the bear. So just so you get an idea of the difference between unwood burned and wood burned, there's it unwood burned right here in pencil. And yeah, welcome. Say who you are, let me know. And we're going to get started real quick. Honestly, we got a few things to chit chat about, but mostly I'm just going to be doing wood burning. Yeah. Yep, that's the plan. So, one of the cool things, I shouldn't say cool things. Oh, hey, Carolee, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. This is, so, even on weeks when, like, I'm struggling with depression, right, like I am right now, and I have been last week and this week, there are still, like, moments of happiness. And if you've, I don't know what you guys' depressive experiences have been like, but for me, depression isn't as simple as happy or sad. So I can be happy and still be depressed, or at least feel or act happy, right? But it's a much more temporary, much more fleeting type of happiness than is normal in my life. So, um, and but one of the huge benefits of being married is that I seem to have a lot more moments of happiness within my depression than I than I do when I'm alone and depressed. It's amazing how much being loved and supported and not being alone makes such a big difference in one's experience. So the grizzly now has eyes, but yeah, one of the many benefits. Moments like this where I get to hang out with you guys, talk with you guys, get on here and make some art. This is one of those kind of moments that, for me at least, is it's like a glimpse of like a momentary. It's like a moment of light in the dark. So it feels good. Feels good to be here. Good to be talking to y'all, and good to be making some art. Art is in my experience. I often make more quantity, more art when I'm depressed. A lot of times, it's not always super like. I think part of it is just that, like, I'm often looking for some kind of release or some kind of escape. And I think art is often both a release and an escape simultaneously. Oh, thank you for the hugs. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love that I have such healthy support, like social support in my life these days. Um, Not just Erica, but like I have a lot of very supportive friends. Obviously, I have you guys. I'm just very blessed. and that it makes it a lot easier to face these kind of things when you still feel grateful, you know. All right, let's see if how well you can see it on camera. But there he is, our little bear, our little bear walking through the woods. All right, let's start on the love you and stuff. Get that part done next. See, when I'm drawing, I have this tendency. I'll like lay my finger way out in front as like a way of steadying my hand. But with this, if I do that, like I'm very likely to burn myself on this like extra metal guard thing up here. So, yup, it's one of the things I'm trying to avoid doing. Oh no, I have a problem. My the tip of my thing is twisting off, and it's not good to have that twisting off while I'm trying to burn stuff. Because if it's loose, then it makes for trouble for me. See if I can push it back on there. So, but yeah, and I think one of the, when I'm going through like a more substantial depression, because not always is this the case, but when I'm going through a more substantial one or one that feels deeper or I'm worried might last longer, one of the outlets that can often be really healthy for me or has at times been healthy for me. Sometimes it's been unhealthy for me, but it kind of depends on the situation, I suppose. Uh, is a game. It's Minecraft. Part of it is because it's so artistic and there's so much imagination that goes into that game, and part of it is also that um, it's uh, it's also like it's just not important. Like it's really low stakes. So, and one of the things I enjoy about art is especially when it's low stakes. Neither I nor anybody else is expecting it to be perfect. You just let it flow through you, and that's for me. That's when it's the most therapeutic. Therapeutic, and so in Minecraft, me at least, I have just a laptop. Is all I have. So I can't really run like big worlds and stuff and as much, and so the most I can really handle is like single player type stuff. So nobody's ever gonna see my single player worlds. Like I don't have any way to show those off. So um anyway, it's like it's just kind of get to spend some good me time just by myself, which a lot of times isolation isn't very good for me. Even in depression, I don't think it is usually good for me. But but I don't really have all that much isolation in my life. Even if I am spending some time alone, I still have like my life revolves around other people enough that like I still spend most of my day with Erica or at work. So it's yeah, it is good. I think at least this time around Minecraft will probably end up being a net positive for my experience. Like I said, I don't think it's always that way. I don't think it's like one of those surefire things that like, oh, it works or it helps every time. But like, yeah, it's good to get back into something that I love and that's low stakes. I can just mindlessly enjoy it because a lot of other art, like, I want it to look good. I want it to look, as good as it can. I want it to look perfect. I want it to, you know, I want it to impress people. That's kind of one of the joys of art is is how what other people think of it. Minecraft, nobody's even gonna see it. It's just me, just the process of making beautiful things and using that part of my brain without any of the pressure of anybody seeing it. So, although it's also been really good for me, I think, having at least one thing that I'm pushing myself to have self discipline about during this time. So, which has been writing, writing the 20 minutes every day. So I think that's also been really good. Honestly, I think I've got a lot of things going for me right now when it comes to facing and getting through this this particular bout of depression. Like, it's amazing how, how to me how good married life is for my mental health. It's like absolutely, it's mind-boggling how much of a difference it makes. Just like having that like emotional and social security. I mean, like, it just makes things so much like it's so much less worry and so much less stress. Like, there's so many other negative emotions that also come along with depression that like piggyback on the opportunity that depression provides for them. And like, so many of those like just run into the roadblock of, oh yeah, except he has this loving person that's with him all the time. It's like, oh man, that just really stops things in their tracks. Like, if I get into a cycle of negative self-talk, which is perfectly common during depression for me, um, I've got somebody like right next to me almost all the time who can just be like, "That's not true," like just like. And Erica and I have enough of that dynamic that that's basically exactly what happens. I say something negative about myself, and she's like, "So yeah, it's just amazing how much how much of a benefit she is in my life." All right, we've got the word love there. See that? I think it might be backwards in your screen, which is weird. I don't know why that is, but and obviously, like, not everybody's marriage is as like mentally health benefiting as mine is, but I have two things really going for my marriage right now, which is A, we're still in the honeymoon phase, and B, Erica is a freaking boss. So, like, when it comes to treating people right, you're not gonna find very many people better at it than Erica, and that's kind of really most of what I need right now is just somebody to love, somebody that's gonna be there even when I'm hurting. You know, Love ya. And got love ya, and show you once I finish the and. Yeah, so that's been really good for me. I've also got a lot of physical activity right now, which is good for my like physical health is good for mental health. So like having a lot of physical activity stuff going on is really good for my mental health. So really good for me as I work through this. So that's good. I've got um, my primary fitness goal, I guess you could say. I'm not sure goal is the right word, but primary fitness focus right now, which is teaching Erica tennis. And that's super fun. We go play tennis almost every day right now. And then my secondary fitness, I guess you would say focus, is I have a friend who's trying to run a half marathon before his baby is born this year on November 8th, hopefully. And so I'm trying to get up. I'm running with him, trying to help him reach that goal. So that's good. Um, but that's not every day. That's basically like 3 days a week. And then whereas tennis is like 4 or 5 days a week. And then also I've started arm wrestling. So that's been really fun. I've only done it 2 days so far. But basically every day at work, I arm wrestle everybody at work. So um, by the end of it, I'm tired enough that hopefully, fingers crossed, somebody will be able to beat me soon. So far I'm undefeated, but if I stay undefeated for too long, it won't work. Like that's just not how things work. So in order to really enjoy a sport, you got to be humbled a little bit. So somebody's got to beat me soon. But somebody almost did beat me today, and so hopefully we can continue that trend. I'm hoping that within a week or two, there will be somebody at my place of occupation um, that can beat me arm wrestling, and that'll be good. So, so yeah, I've got a third focus is arm wrestling. So I've been working on my forearms. Been working out, working on my forearms. So yeah, that's been fun as well. So yeah, I've got a lot of oh says love ya and stuff. It will say stuff in a second. Um, so yeah, I've got a lot of physical activity type stuff that's just going on, um, and that's good. Like when you're dealing with this kind of situation, it's really good to be dealing with that or to be doing that. So trying to do a better job at calling people this month. I put in like alarms, but honestly, when I'm feeling depressed, alarms do not help me get things done. They just make me mad that I don't want to get things done. So, but going well in general, in a lot of ways. This is even though this feels like we're heading into a time of deep depression, it feels like I've got a lot of things in my favor that are going well. they're going to make it a lot easier to get through this than it usually is. So that's how I feel right now. I'm pretty happy about it. Pretty happy about it. This stuff is a bit too elongated. Not really going to look all that great, I'm afraid. But that's okay. We will survive! One of the things that's been good for me is writing consistently, doing the 20 minutes a day thing. And now it increases. It's going to increase to 40 minutes a day, which is going to be really good. And this month is going to be much better for writing than last month because I'll be doing 40 minutes a day, and I was looking forward to that. I've been looking forward to increasing the amount for a while, so that's going to be good. But also, I am planning to start outsourcing the part of the writing that is not fun, which is when I do public speaking arrangements. I then transcribe those so that they can become writings. And I think I'm going to outsource that to somebody I know who's very good at it and who wants to do it. So hopefully that'll work out all right. Also, on the front of getting t-shirts, I am planning on getting t-shirts. Don't worry, you won't have to pay for them. The t-shirts I'm hoping to get will have this "Love Ya" and stuff on them, and then and the plan is obviously I'm gonna give one. I'm planning on buying 10 of them, and then I'm gonna give one to all my patrons, or at least all of my patrons that want one, and then I'm going to uh, give the rest away in these videos. I'll do giveaways. So I suspect, based on my current viewership numbers and how many people are on here for the live streams, I suspect all of my consistent viewers are going to get a t-shirt by the end of it. That's my plan, over the course of maybe a few weeks or months or whatever. And then hopefully I'll have enough left over so that as any new people join, at least for a little while, I'll be able to give them t-shirts, hopefully. So that's the plan. Don't know much about the design yet. I'm having somebody else design it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I think it'll be fun. Hopefully they'll be really cute, and hopefully it all goes off without a hitch. And hopefully it'll cost me less money than I make off of Patreon. That's the plan. So that is the plan. So all right, there it is. We got the new bear. We got the "Love Ya" and stuff, all right next to the owl on the cactus. And I will see y'all next week. I'm excited about it. I know the episodes aren't as long right now. That's the nature of life, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I'm glad I was able to get in here and talk to you a little bit. Kind of tell you what I'm up to. Yeah. Carolee, thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. And I hope I see you again next week. Tuesday at 6:06. So hit that bell, stay well, and I'll see you next Tuesday at 6:06.